Welcome to the cloud computing tutorials. In this session, we are going to see about desired features of a cloud. So when the vendors are offering the cloud services to the users, so the cloud must possess some features. Let us see what are the features. So first one is the self-service. So consumers of cloud computing services expect instant on-demand access to the resources. So to provide these services, the cloud must provide the self-service access, enabling customers to request, customize, pay for, and use services independently without needing or without involvement of human intervention. So customers of cloud computing services are expecting instant services, on-demand access to the resources. So in order to possess these characteristics, the cloud must have the self-service access that enables the request, customization, pay for, and use the services of cloud independently without the involvement of human. Second feature is per usage metering and billing. So in this feature, the users are going to pay necessary amount. The services must be priced on a short-term basis. That is, the users may pay by hour basis. They need not pay the entire duration of the services. So the metering should be done accordingly for different types of the services. That is, based on the service we are utilizing, either the storage services or processing services, and the bandwidth and usage promptly reported. So with respect to the services, the pricing will be different. That is per usage metering and billing. Third feature is elasticity. The cloud will give the infinite computing resources on demand basis. So if there is a necessity to increase the server capacity, we can increase server capacity automatically. That feature is provided by the cloud, and when the utilization of the service is completed, that is, once the user has finished their task and they release the resources, so this feature we call technically scale up and scale down the resources. The next feature is customization. Generally, in multi-tenant cloud, users often different needs. They have the different purposes. So the resources are rented from the cloud must be highly customizable. For infrastructure services, users should be able to deploy their own specialized virtual machines and have the root access to the virtual servers. So user has to, this feature enables the users to deploy their resources according to their customization level or according to their convenient level. So other types of services like platform as a services or software as a services, these two services have the less flexibility for making the customization of their services. But in case of the infrastructure as a services, in this customization will be done maximum extent according to the application requirement and the user need. Coming to the cloud infrastructure management, the key challenge in infrastructure as a service providers the users will face when building the cloud infrastructure is managing their physical as well as virtual resources. Say, for example, name of the resources are the servers, storage, and networks. So managing these resources is the challenging task to the users. So The software toolkit is responsible for orchestration. So this process we call it as a virtual infrastructure manager. The availability of remote cloud like the interface, the ability of managing all the users and their permissions are the important features in the cloud environment. So involve managing the users, so the several users may access the cloud services, so managing of all these users and permissions to the users, so the permissions may be at different levels like owner, admin, user, root user, like that. So managing all these permissions also the primary important features. Coming to the features of infrastructure as a service management. So this IAS will present the several features available in the virtual infrastructure management. The first feature is virtualization support. Virtual resources, say for example CPUs, memory, servers and storage devices, etc. These resources can be sized and resized according to the application requirement. So that flexibility will be provided in the virtualization support, and making this flexibility will give the more hardware virtualization. Second feature, self-service on-demand resource provisioning. So self-service, so accessing the resources can be perceived as this is the one of the most attractive feature of cloud. So decreasing the human involvement while accessing the services of the cloud. So the services can be accessed selfly. On-demand resource provisioning. So users directly access the services of the cloud based on the demand. Multiple backend hypervisors. So hypervisor enables multiple guest operating systems are running on the single physical host system. So different virtualization models and tools offer the different benefits as well as the drawbacks and limitations. Next feature is storage virtualization. Virtualizing storage means we are abstracting the logical storage from the physical storage by consolidating all available storage devices in a data center. So this feature allows creating virtual disk. So this will be independent from a device as well as the location. Storaging devices are commonly organized in storage area network, and these storage area networks are attached to the servers with the help of the protocols. The protocols may be network file system, fiber channel, ISC, SI. These are the several protocols. So with the help of these protocols, the storage area networks are attached to the storage devices. Interface to the public cloud. So we can also integrate our virtual resources with the public cloud. So if your available resources are not sufficient to handle the workload, we can make use of the public cloud. So for public usaging of the public cloud, the bill will be done with respect to the your services. Next, virtual networking. This virtual networking allows creating isolated network on the top of your physical infrastructure. This network will be independently from the physical topology and the location, what topology you are using and where you are accessing the services. Virtual local area network allows your traffic shares the switched network, allowing virtual machines to be grouped into some broadcast domain. So this ultimately create and configuring your virtual networks to group virtual machines placed throughput data center is provided by the most virtual infrastructure managers. Next, coming to the next feature, dynamic resource allocation. So the resource allocation will be done resource allocation will be done dynamically. We can allocate resources whenever there is a need, and we can also reallocate resources according to the application needs. Virtual clusters. Several virtual infrastructure managers holistically manage group of virtual machines. So they forms the virtual clusters according to the workloads. Reservation and negotiation mechanisms. So when there is a request made by the user for a particular resources available for a specific duration of a time, so this we call it as a advanced reservation. So this advanced reservation will reduces the billing. Negotiation mechanism. So this leasing mechanisms will be negotiated and renegotiated. So this allows the service provider and the consumer to modify the lease or present counter proposals until your agreement is reached or your workload has been executed. Next, high availability and the data recovery. High availability ensures that application will be available to the all the time. So this high availability feature aims or provides application downtime and preventing business disruption. This also ensures application will be available to the users in all time, so that ultimately reduces the downtime of your application. And the data recovery. Data backup will be done in the cloud automatically. So if there is a chance of losing your data, maybe the several reasons are there for losing your data, and you can get the data from the backup easily. That is the data recovery feature. So the backup will be done frequently by the virtual machines. So this is the features of the virtual infrastructure management and the desired features of the cloud. Thank you.